Hello everyone and welcome to Merlin's Manor. Today I'm going to be showing how to play Legacy of You, which is a solo campaign game by Shem Phillips. I'm going to start out by going over the setup and teaching how to play the game, and then once I get into the playthrough, I'd like to warn you that there will be spoilers for the first game of the playthrough because you will unlock story elements as you go through the game. So if you are super concerned about spoilers, you may want to skip the playthrough itself. If you just want to go ahead and watch anyway and don't worry about some minor spoilers, then you can go ahead and watch on. So to set up for the game, you're going to draw 10 townsfolk cards from the townsfolk deck and put them right here. And then you're going to set out 6 townsfolk, one in each of these slots here, except for the last one. And the last one, you're going to flip over one of the barbarian cards right there. And then you're also going to set out these cards here, the canal cards, and you're going to shuffle up and set out 2 of the 1/2 cards in these first 2 spots, and then you can flip them on over. And you're going to set out the only 2 that have a 3 and a 4 on them in these spots, and then shuffle and set out 2 of the 5 and 6 space cards there, just like so. You're going to set out 4 of these hut cards here, and you're going to put a green hut on each of those cards. You're going to set out 3 orange buildings here and 4 purple buildings there. And then you're going to set the flood right here, and you're going to set your boat right there. And that is how you set up the game. Now, the way that you play the game is you are going to first all harvest. You're going to pick up 4 cards from your deck into your hand. You're going to get a white person. You're going to get one of these shells. You're going to get a provision. And later on, if you have any of these built, you will also be able to get shells for the ones that you've built there. Wherever you see these symbols here is going to be something you're going to get from your harvest. Once you unlock these buildings, you will get those items as well during harvest, as well as you can tuck a card under here, which will give you some harvest as well. Now, if you notice on these cards up here at the bottom, you have provisions on most of these. You're going to have to pay those in order to get these cards. The first one here is always free, and when you're buying one of these cards, you can do one of 2 things. You can either take the meeple from over that's located here, so you can grab that to your supply and discard that card, or you can go ahead and put it into your discard. And most of the time, you're going to want to put it into your discard when you do that. And you can buy up as many as you are able to afford based on the provisions each round. And then over here, the barbarians, you're going to have to pay that many provisions, as well as those meeples that are listed here. So 2 black and a yellow meeple. And then you'll get the reward over here. In this case, that 22 means we're going to unlock a story component. And we'll read from the storybook what happens there. Sometimes there are going to be resources that you'll gain in that situation. Now, also, if you notice there's a red section on these cards, whenever you actually play a card from your hand, you will always get the brown section. And if you want to discard that card up to here, you could also get what's in the red section there. But you don't want to do that too much because you actually do want to have cards in your deck. That's going to be more important oftentimes than getting those resources. And right now we can ignore what's on this bottom section. There are story things that tell us what to do with those later on. Now, if you notice this bottom part here, you can also on your turn choose to, instead of playing the card, you can tuck the card under one of these spots here like this. And then you'll get an ongoing harvest benefit when you do that. Right now, we only have 1 spot unlocked. In order to unlock more, we have to pay the resources on these to be able to unlock these cards here. Whenever you pay for one of these buildings, you would go ahead and put it here and get that resource. And there's going to be more that are going to unlock as we open up these canal spots. In order to open up a canal spot, you're going to have to pay the resources listed up here, 2 white meeples and 2 shells. You would then get the benefits that are listed down here, and you would go ahead and take this and discard it. And from now on, you'll have a trade space, or you'll spend 2 shells to get a provision, and you've unlocked another spot for a building when you do that. And that's shown right here underneath so that you know what's going to be there ahead of time. In order to unlock these farms here, you have to pay a white meeple, a brick, and a wood. In order to unlock these ones, you have to pay a white meeple, a brick, and 3 logs. And as you unlock these spots, you're going to unlock worker placement spots. You have one right here where you can go and get provisions. And one of the neat things about the worker placement spots on here is if you put a worker there now, At the end of the round, you actually get all the workers back from those spots. If you spend workers to face these or to do these things or unlock these things, you will spend those to the supply and you won't get those ones back. And so it's very strategic to go ahead and use these worker placement spots in order to do that. Now, whenever you run out of cards in your draw deck and have to reshuffle, the floodwaters are going to come forward. And if you haven't built that spot, then you will automatically lose the game at that point. So we want to stay ahead of the floodwaters by building out these spots. We do also want to be careful, though, because right now we are drawing one barbarian at the end of each round. But if we unlock some of these spots, they're going to give us another barbarian draw up to the last one will be 4 barbarian draws. And the point of this game is to build out your entire canal and then survive to the end of the round. At the end of the round, you're going to get those 4 barbarians come in. If this row is ever full of barbarians, all 7 spots, you automatically lose the game, including at the very end there. Also, at the end of each round, the barbarians are going to attack, and so you have to be able, you're either going to be spending a card or whatever is listed here, right here is a provision. And so you can either discard a card, which again, you don't want to do that too often because you want cards in this deck to delay the flood as well as to have more that you're going to be able to do. And so you're going to suffer the attacks after your turn is done, and then you're going to refresh the card row. Any barbarians are here going to shift down far enough that you can put in the new barbarians, as well as anybody in this, all the townsfolk are going to shift down as well. Once you put in the new barbarians, you can then flip over those new townsfolk cards if there is space still for more townsfolk. And so those are the basics of the gameplay. I'll be going over more as we go through the game. Just a reminder, there's going to be spoilers from here on out. And so let's go ahead and let's see what we're going to do with our cards. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this guy for free. And then let's see, if I do that, I can get a red meeple. I'm going to go ahead and tuck this to be able to get blue meeples in the future. Don't really need a black meeple right now, but I'm going to go ahead and take it anyway. And I'm going to get a brick. And I don't have a lot of resources. I'm going to go ahead and spend that to get a card. I'm going to go ahead and put a black meeple there to get a provision. She's going to want a log or problems are going to happen, but I don't have a log or a way to get a log, so this is going to have to happen. I will spend another provision to get this guy. And I don't know that there is anything else more I can do in the moment. So we move on to the third phase. Had we built a canal space, this would have gone over here. You can only build 1 canal space per round. We didn't do that, but if you did, you would then put this to whatever the leftmost canal card that's out at the time. Then you suffer attacks, which means this person's going to attack me, and I just have to discard that card, which is not ideal, but it's what just happened. And then we're going to refresh the card row, which all of these townsfolk are going to move all the way to the left. Your barbarian is going to move 1 over to the right now because we're adding 1 barbarian. Later on, we'll be adding more barbarians for each one of those that comes out. And so then we can refill the townsfolk into these sections here. Then we go ahead and move into the start, which is harvest, which means we are going to get 4 cards to our hand. We are going to get one of those, a shell, and a provision. This guy comes back, and we're going to get a blue worker there. So now I have these cards. We got lots of provisions coming for us. We got a black worker, which that's helpful right now because we can take on that guy if we can get a yellow in. If we can get a yellow in, that's the question there, though. I need more resources. I'm just not getting the resources right now. This is a bad start, and we also need to build this round. Oh yeah, that's going to give us resources. So let's go ahead and build. We got 2 whites and 2 shells. It's going to build this. This goes over here. We're going to get a brick and a log. And then we're going to read number 42, and this unlocks, which means we're going to have this trade ability here, which is 2 shells for a provision. And we've unlocked another building place, and we're going to read 42. So 42. Another canal completed. Another band of rebels seen scouting the camps along the river. The floodwaters flow away from the essential lands and into streams and rivers, creating safe land to farm and settle. It is my hope that these men and women will see the restoration of this land and come to help complete this righteous work. In later seasons, we will need to create more canals to take the flood all the way to the sea, where it can finally rest. But for today, we will celebrate the work of our hands. And then you file the constructed canal card in the box under History, and then find card 46 in the story deck and place it face down on top of the Barbarian draw pile. So number 46 is going to go face down on top of the Barbarian draw pile. Okay, and that goes away. I'll just file that later on. I would love to be able to open this up. I need another brick, though, is the problem. Just not going to be able to get another brick in the moment. I can open up this, though. That might be the other. I need a white worker, though. Weirdly enough, I don't have a white worker. So I'm not going to be able to do that right now. Man, I'm not getting the cards I need. Well, let's see if I get a provision and a shell. Provision and a shell. I'm going to get this guy for free. I'm going to go ahead and buy 2 more townsfolk. I've got a couple of provisions that are coming to me. Do I just buy more townsfolk in the moment since I can't do a whole lot? I can come here and get a provision. So yeah, I'm just gonna load up my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys are all going to come down here. It's not ideal, but I'm going to have to pay a log and a blue worker. These are going to come down, and a new person is going to come out. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And also, I forgot, this is going to come here. And then I got 1 card left here, so I'm going to have to shuffle, which means this is going to come forward. And we move on into the harvest. This guy comes back. We're going to get 4 cards. 3 more from here. We're going to get 1 white, 1 shell, and 1 provision. And we're hoping for better cards to come out for what we actually need. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see what we can handle right now. I really need... Okay, so I got a log. Not ideal in the moment, but so I can't do much else. I'm going to spend 1 white, a brick, and a log to unlock one of these. I'm going to make it a meeple, and I'm going to get a provision. I could have gone either of these places. I need to take care of this person because she's going to require 2 provisions or 2 cards. She requires any color. And she's going to let me draw a card from this deck here. So that's really powerful. Let's go ahead and do that. In order to do that, I need to spend these 3. Oh, I forgot to get my blue meeple, I think. I haven't spent one. Oh, let's also do this first. Let's get a black. Let's get a blue. Oh, I got black, black. And I like to get these unlocked early. I'm just not getting the bricks I need. We can get a white. Okay. So, we need to take her out. Let's use 1 of each color. Because I want to be able to save what I need for this person. So, a black, a blue, and a red. No, wait. Don't need any blues right now. Let's do 2 blues. Oh, wait, this person wants a blue, though, to sacrifice. So, yeah, a black, a red, and a blue. Takes care of her, and I get a card from here. And it is a red meeple. So, let's just go ahead and play that to get a red meeple. Oh, and also to get rid of her, I needed to do 3. Oh, I only had 2 provisions, but I do have 2 shells, which I can turn into a provision via that. So that was 3 provisions to be able to take her out, as well as the meeples there. Okay. So I got lots of meeples, but not the right ones for the moment. I'm going to get this person for free. I'm going to come here and get a provision. I'm going to spend a provision to get that person. And that's all I can do for the moment. Man, I need to get this unlocked bad. Okay. So all these people come down. There's an empty space here, so I don't have to move them down. And then out comes 2 more townsfolk. Oh, I forgot to suffer the attacks, though. So I suffer attacks from these 2 people. Blue, and then I have to do a card for that person, unfortunately. Oh, that was a good card, too. Okay. So, now, moving into round 1, again, to stage 1, we get 4 cards. White, a shell, a provision. This guy comes back, and I get a blue and one of my choice. So, the one of my choice. Let's see, what do I need? I got black, black. I need a yellow. So, boom. And let's see what I have in my hand here. Man. No bricks at all, unless I get rid of this card altogether. I only got 2 of those. I can't trade for brick. And I don't have the wood either right now, so I don't know that's worth doing. Oh, when I defeat that guy, I'll get a brick. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab this guy first of all. Let's go ahead and do black, black, and yellow. Plus 3 provisions. Oh, wait. I don't have the provisions right now. Let's see. We will come here to get a provision. I'm going to spend these 2 to get a provision via that trade. Now I can spend these ones and 3 provisions to defeat this person. I get 2 of these back and a brick. Just find a way to get another brick, and well, let's go ahead and do this. It's going to get me a provision and one of these things. I could spend 3 of these to get the wood that I need. Don't think I will in the moment because I don't have a good card to tuck if I get rid of this card. I might just hope for the best in the moment. I can spend 1 of these to get this card. Oh, I got a black and a red. Got a yellow. What all does that mean? Ooh, I'm going to get rid of 2 cards, though, because I don't have any wood. I am doing terribly. I really am. Let's go ahead and do... No, I've got enough. I don't have to do that yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 4. Get rid of 2 cards. Yeah, don't want to do that yet because I don't want a new barbarian unlocked. So I'm going to hold off on doing anything else. These are going to slide down just a second. I got to spend for these 2 cards. Oh, one of them was a brick and the other one was that one. And that's going to come down. A new barbarian's coming out. They'll suffer attacks, refreshing the card row. And now we get 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get a white, a shell, and a provision. This guy comes back. We get to choose one, and we also get a blue here. So I need to take out that first person, so I'm going to need another yellow. I've also got blue, blue, if we can get another yellow. Okay. All right, blue, blue, yellow. Yeah, okay. So now we need to fight these barbarians. That's key right here. Let's do yellow. Let's do this first. 2 whites, 2 shells. To unlock this, I'm going to get a brick and a log, and I have to destroy a card. And then I've unlocked the ability to discard a card to get 2 shells. And this is discarding to this area here. So that's going to go there. Yellow, yellow, red. I'm also going to need a provision, though. I turn these 2 shells in to get a provision. Then yellow, yellow, red. Plus the 2 provisions to defeat this person. I get 3 shells back. I'm going to spend a white worker, 3 clay, bricks, whatever, and a log. Put it in the right place. To unlock this, I'm going to bring it here to get a meeple of my choice, which is going to be I have a yellow in my hand. I guess I'm going to go after the red to start working towards what that guy wants. Oh, wait, he's going to want a yellow to just sacrifice, though, so I'm going to go do yellow. Okay. So that was replacing the house here. I'm going to do blue, blue, yellow. Oh, I need the provisions, though, so maybe I'm not doing that yet. Let's see, blue, blue, yellow. Let's go ahead and put a red worker there to get a provision. Trying to figure out if I can make it this round. Oh, but I forgot to take this off, and I get a provision for that. So whenever you pay for that and unlock it, you move the building there, and you also get whatever's on the back there. So I'm at 2 provisions. Oh, let's get this guy for free. White worker, yellow worker. I'm going to tuck this card so I can get yellow as well. And I'm going to spend 2 of those. I'm going to convert 2 of these into another one. So I spent 3 plus blue, blue, and yellow. It goes over there. I get a shell and a card, which means I'm going to have to shuffle this. So yeah, she got me a shell and a card draw. Because I'm shuffling, this is going to come forward one. Okay, card draw is that. So, I'm going to do that. And do that. I'm going to need a red next round, so I'm going to bring this guy here to get a red. I'm going to spend these 2 to get a provision via the trade, and then spend the provision, get the card. I should have done that before I shuffled, but I wasn't thinking ahead. Okay, so I got to pay a yellow. That's going to move. These are going to move all the way down. This one's going to move down 2, because now we're bringing in 2 barbarians. Later we'll bring in 3 once we hit this spot, and over this spot we'll be bringing in 4 for the last of the game. It's going to happen once you fully build out the canal. You have to survive that last adding of 4 barbarians. Okay, so I get 4 cards. This is going to go back. It should have gone back as step 3. I get a white, a shell, a provision. These people come back. I'm going to get a blue and a yellow. And then I have to decide what kind of meeple I want. I've got 2 reds and a yellow for that guy. I've got a black. I need 2 yellows for that person. I got 2 yellows already in hand. Oh, and that person needs red, red, black, actually. Red, red, black. Black, yellow, yellow. And then red, red, yellow. I'm going to go ahead and get a red. Sounds like the most necessary. Get that person. I get 2 provisions for this person. I'm going to get 2 yellows. Get all the meeple production. I need the production. Well, let's go ahead and start fighting. We got red, red, black. And 2 provisions for this guy. He's going to give me a white and one of these. Let's go ahead and spend 3 white workers and 2 of these to unlock this. It's going to give me brick and a log, and I have to discard 2 cards. Please don't let them be really good. Yeah. And that's going to unlock this space now. Yellow, black. Right now I don't really need a blue meeple. So I'm actually going to take advantage of that ability. Discard a card to get 2 of these. I'm going to put this blue meeple here in order to get a red. I can do red, red, yellow on this guy if I have the provisions. I don't have the provisions. Oh, I can have the provisions. Toss this guy here to get a provision. I'm going to spend 2 provisions plus the 2 shells to make that trade happen. To be able to forward that. Yellow, yellow, black. This goes over here. I get a shell and a card draw. Gives me a white worker. I don't have what else I need for the moment. Oh, I didn't buy any cards either. The other ones actually cost, and I'm out of provisions. So I gotta pay either a stone or a card. I guess I pay a stone. I hate losing cards. That goes down 1. And these go down. And then fill in. Gotta shuffle. 2, 3, and 4. We get white, shell, provision. These guys come back. We get a blue and a yellow. Get whatever I want color-wise. See, we got red, red, yellow. We need eventually to have black, black, red. So let's go ahead and get a black. Let's send a white worker here to get a provision. Trade those in for another provision. Send 3 provisions plus red, red, yellow to defeat him. It's going to give us 3 of these things. I'm staying on top of the barbarians. It's just getting these things unlocked that I'm struggling with. Have him come here. I'm going to go and ahead and spend 3 of these to get a brick. I'm going to spend a white, a brick, and a log to unlock this. Let's go ahead and get a provision. Oh, I haven't even spent these yet. Let's see, I get one of those. I need a black worker. Got 2 blues, which there's nothing that needs blues yet. I'm just going to turn them both in to get 4 of these things. And I can turn those in to get 2 of these things. And then I've got black, black. Let's just go ahead and send this guy here and get a red. So we got black, black, red, and 3 provisions. This guy is gone. I get a shell and a card draw. And that gave me a white worker. So boom. We have no barbarians. Again, I failed to buy. I'm about to shuffle. Oh well. So these guys are going to come over. There's nobody to do that to. That's going to come there. Then we get 1, 2, 3. About to shuffle. These guys come back. I get a white, a shell, and a provision. Come over here, I get yellow and blue. Okay, lots and lots of workers. I may just have to get rid of workers to get stuff right now. Out comes 2 of these guys. And boom. And this comes forward. Oh, and I forgot to get that and a color of my choice. So I need a red worker. So I'm going to spend a blue here because I need a red. Red, red, blue, and 3 provisions, which is 2 provisions and 2 of these things. Beats this guy. He gives me 2 of these back and a brick. Do that, I'm going to get another red. Oh wait, I should have sent a yellow here, not a blue. So I have blue, blue. No, it's not going to matter anyway. I don't have enough provisions to pull that off. Well, maybe I do. Send a yellow here, I get a provision. I can get 2 more yellows. Or, oh, but I'm actually going to send that one there so I can also get a brick. Desperate times and all. I mean, this guy's coming down here. That's going to buy this guy. Spend 2 shells to get a provision to then go ahead and buy this person. Let's get a white worker, because why not? And we'll get a yellow worker. No, wait, instead of getting the yellow worker, I'm going to discard to get 2 of these. So now this guy wants me to spend 2 of these, so I will. And all these got them down. That comes out, that comes out. guys come back. I got my 4 cards. Worker, provision, and one of those. Blue and yellow. Another provision, and a worker of my choice, which looks like it's going to be red or black, it's looking like. Let's go with red. Yeah, let's go with red. With that. First then, let's attack that guy. Blue, blue, red. And 2 provisions. It's going to give me 2 of these and wood. I'm just going to spend 3 white meeples and 2 of those. That goes there. We unlock, we get a brick and a wood. And I have to destroy 2 cards. We got a white worker, 3 bricks, and a wood. I need a red, so let's put that there. That gives me a shell. This over here, I get a black. I get red, red, black. I have what I need to take that person out. Go ahead and tuck that. Red, red, black. I don't have the provisions in the moment. Let's see, get a provision there. I can turn 2 of these in to get another provision. I still need 1 more provision. So I don't think I'm going to worry about that in the moment. I'm just going to spend 2 provisions to get these 2 people. I'm just going to send these to the pile to get 4 of those, which I'm going to turn into 2 provisions, actually. Doing that action. So I have to spend a white and a provision. This moves all the way down. This moves down to there. We're putting 3 out now. Don't know if that was the best move to do that so early. Oh, I should have, before I finished that, I should have gone there and gotten a brick. And gone here and gotten a black, I guess. Okay, these guys come back. Out comes this person. Now we got a lot of people to fight. And we got provisions, yay. White, that, provision, another provision, yellow, blue, red. And whichever color I want is going to probably be black. Lots of yellows. I got enough blues. Yeah, black. Okay. So, this is going to be a big Fight the Barbarians round. So we got red, red, black for that person. Black, black, yellow for that person. Okay, so let's grab this first. Let's do red, red, black to defeat her. Plus 1 provision. Yeah. Okay, so she wants me to look at number 12. She's going to go away. It is days like this that make me yearn for home. There are still people, our people, who do not see. They cannot see that the work that we are doing is for all of the Empire. They only see a chance to take. My heart bleeds for them and their ignorance, just as my men bleed for our work to carry on. We push back a strong foe, but the cost of our own warriors is high. My thoughts will be with the rest of my warriors tonight as they remember the fallen. Take 2 damage. Ugh. And 3 cavalry shells, though. So, that wasn't bad. Damage wasn't good, but overall wasn't bad. Let's do black, black, and yellow, and 2 provisions to defeat this guy. And he's going to have his reading 22, and he's going to go away. 22. The cheers of victory were still ringing in our ears when a hush fell over the battlefield. The fight appeared to be over, but then something stirred in the dust and blood. A brute of a man who had fought to overcome our forces, blood streaming down his side, was rising. Staggering to his feet, his sword still in his hand, he turned back towards our men, lifted his head, and tightened the grip on his hilt, ready for more. Find card 36 in the story deck and place it face up into the space where the defeated barbarian card was sitting. So 36 is going to go right where he was sitting. So he needs a black and a yellow. Don't have a black currently. Go ahead and do that card so I can get 2 provisions. Send a yellow here to get a black. And I can do black and yellow plus 2 provisions to defeat this guy, which he wants me to read 32 now. A shout of triumph, cheers of victory. The enemy was falling back, their champion finally falling to our own brave fighters. We thought that he would never go down again, but this time he wasn't getting back up. We made sure of it. Gain 1 wood, 1 clay, and 2 cowrie shells. Nice. So he goes away. I've got blue, blue, and red. I could just keep on going down the line. I'm going to turn in... Let's go ahead and put a worker here to get one of these. Then we got blue, blue, and red. Plus 2. So 1 provision and 2 of these turn into a provision. I get a cowrie shell and a white. 2 bricks. I want 1 more brick. So let's come here and get a brick. And then we can spend 3 bricks, a white worker, and a wood to open up this. Go ahead and come here and get a black worker. We got another story, number 31. The camp grows more and more each day. Workers pour in from the surrounding lands, some sent by the emperor, others have nowhere else to go. It is heartbreaking, but I must continue in my work. We must make more room. Find cards 1 to 3 in the story deck and file them in the box under huts and canals for future games. I got a pretty thick deck. I think I am going to actually file this person under here. He gives me a card draw and a shell. It could be a risky maneuver, but it seems late enough in the game and I'm ahead of the game enough that it's okay. Put this person here to get a blue. I have yellow, yellow, blue, but don't have enough provisions in the moment to defeat that person, which is okay. I can use this card to get a red, which will be the payment for that. I got a lot of wood. Don't need all that wood. I'm going to come here and get a card draw just to see what I get. I don't need the wood, so I'm going to discard it to get 2 cowrie shells. Oh, and because I did that, I actually have what I need for her now. But if I do that, I won't have what I need for him. So I'm going to discard those to get a provision. I'm just going to ignore that for now. Oh, I'm going to discard these 2 to get another provision just so I can buy this card. So we got to make room for 1, 2, 3. Oh, before we do that though, I got to... Oh, I didn't mean to do the red. I meant to do this one. So discard a red and one of those. Now we do 1, 2. I got to shuffle. Out comes her again. And out comes 1, 2. Again, we've got to work on all these people. And we're going to have to shuffle, so that's going to come forward. This comes back out. And we're getting 5 cards now because of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get a white, a shell, 2 provisions. Coming back for that in a moment. Blue, yellow, red. I already got the extra card draw and a shell. All these guys come back. Oh, and the any color meeple. What do I want? It could be really any color to take care of that person, probably. Let's just grab black. So, lots of workers. Okay, let's take out that person because she is not nice. Oh, before we do that, let's figure out what we need for everybody else. 3 blue, or 2 yellows and a blue, 2 blacks and a blue. I don't have what I need for her. I don't need red for anything, do I? So we're going to do red, we're going to do a yellow, and a blue. Red, yellow, blue. She's gone. I get to draw a card. And yellow meeple for whatever that's worth. Oh, and I have to spend 3 provisions, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, provisions is going to be my problem. It really is. Let's send a yellow worker here to get a provision. Let's turn 4 of these in for 2 provisions. Let's go ahead and send that guy over there to get a provision and a shell. So now I've got 4 provisions. I can afford, let's see, yellow, yellow, blue. Let's do that one first. It only needs 1 provision. It's going to get me 2 shells and a wood. Let's go ahead and get this blue, which means black, black, blue, and 2 provisions. Defeat this guy, get a shell and a white. Let's get a yellow and a blue. Now I can do yellow, yellow, blue. Turn these in for a provision. We've got 2 provisions. Yellow, yellow, blue. I get a shell and a white. Let's get a black. Send a white here to get a blue. You can do black, blue, white, white, and 3 shells. To go ahead and unlock this, I do have to discard 2 cards. Ooh, my double provision guy. And we look at number 44. A commotion drew our attention over to the river today. Shouts and crashing, sounds bellowed from the forest. As we watched and listened, a resounding roar echoed out through the valley. My people flinched back from the shore even though we were across the surging waters. A second yell preceded a figure breaking from the tree line and running for the river. It was a short-lived attempt at escape. For moments later, the source of his dismay came crashing from the forest. A huge bear, blue and brown in the fading light, arrows protruding from its fur. The man was running as if spurred on by his ancestors, but the bear was faster. I am not sure what the barbarians did to anger the creature, but it was clearly unhappy about it. Once we are sure the animal is gone, we will send some men to bury what is left of the man. No one should be left like that. And so we're going to find card 54 in the story deck and file it in the box under Huts and Canals for future games and discard the leftmost barbarian card from above the board if possible without gaining its rewards. Okay, so he is discarded without gaining the rewards. So we are in good condition then. I only have 1 worker left. Oh, but I got this card gives me a worker. Let's just come here and get a brick. I'm going to get a black worker. I'm just going to discard this one to get 2 shells. Okay, we have nobody to care about over there. This comes here. That moves down. And then we've got 1, 2, 3. And then out come these ones. Okay, we did good. We done good. Now we get 5 cards. White, shell, 2 provisions, blue, yellow, red, an extra shell, and the color of my choice. Let's see. We've got only 1 blue, and there's a lot of blue out there. So blue is the color of my choice. Or, actually, I need black, actually, more than I need blue right now. I don't want to have to pay the brick for that person. Let's go ahead and do that. It's going to get me these. We get a yellow. We get a red. I could get up to 2 whites, but let's see what I need first. Let's go ahead and get 2 provisions straight up, because I think we're getting to the point where it's like, let's get things done. So let's do black, black, red, and 3 provisions. To defeat this guy, I get a shell and a card draw. Send a yellow to get a blue. Blue, blue, yellow, and 2 provisions. Defeats this person. Could give me a shell and a card draw. I got a yellow. I got 2 whites. I got 3 shells. All I need is a black. Let's discard this person completely. Get me a wood and a black. And then we got black, yellow, 2 whites, 3 of these. Unlocking this, gotta trash 2 cards. We're gonna read 34. Not all people can come and assist in this grand work. Defeating the floods will be a boon to us all, but life carries on in the small things as well as the large. Nearby villages do what they can to help, but they still must farm, forage, fight, and thrive. So it is with great pride in our people and the deepest honor that I accept a gift today from a family from the nearby mountains. They see what we are doing and how it benefits all. They are grateful for the work, but they cannot see how grateful I am to them. Find card 37 in the story deck and file it in the box under Huts and Canals for future games. And gain 2 provisions. Okay, so I've built the final one. We just have to survive, which we can. I will go ahead and go red. I'm going to send those 2 in there to get 4 of these things. Turn 2 of those in for provision. Can't defeat that person, so that's just moot. Ooh, I wonder if I can beat that person. Let's see. If we take them all out, I need to spend a white and a provision to get a blue. Using that trade there. I spend 4 of these things. 1, 2, 3, 4 to get another white. I don't know if I'm going to have enough. I'm going to come just short of being able to do that. Oh well, because I need 1, 2, 3... Oh wait, if instead of getting 2 of these, I'd gotten 1 of these guys. Nope, I'm still short. Those 2 for blue. I'm still short. Right? No, wait, come here. Yep, still short. I tried. I tried to be able to defeat that last one. Okay. There was no defeating it. But what's going to happen is all we have to do is survive. I didn't have a black, so that goes away. These all slide down, and we have to put out 4. 1, so 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 out there, which is fine. As long as you don't have 7, you win the game. So there we go. That is the end of the game. I'm going to briefly go over what would happen next. You have these decks here. You have the blue deck, along with this gold one's going to be on the bottom. This is going to be the last win. And so you shuffle those up. And because we won, we draw one of these cards and read the story that's on there. It's going to give us some more difficulties coming in. And had we lost, we would have taken one of these cards. And if we had lost because of the flood, we would read the top one here and do what it says, which would give us some sort of benefit for the next game. And here we have if we had lost by the barbarians or couldn't take a damage and didn't have any cards left there at the end, we would go ahead and read that bottom part. So that is what would happen next. I'm not going to read that, so you can discover that on your own, but I just wanted to go over that real brief. That is how you play Legacy of You. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll get back to you about what I know at least. I hope you have a great week, and game on.